to the Slip Slip Sis podcast. I'm Che.
I'm Gabs.
And this is episode 15 of our podcast. And I feel like technically our first one of the new year because I think we recorded on the 31st for our last podcast. So happy 2023, everyone. You can find us on Instagram as slip.slip.sis, on Ravelry as slip.slip.sis. You also can find our information down below. We are separate for this podcast because I am back in Southern California. Gabs is still in the Bay, and it is a dingy day. I think it's actually wet where you are. I'm just gray.
Oh yeah, it's like dumping buckets down right now. I'm looking out the window. It's a lot.
I feel like as Californians are just struggling right now with the water. Here we are.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flooding.
Yeah. Well, also happy long weekend. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. For many of us, get that day off. So for many of you, happy long weekend. Do you have design stuff?
Just one that I finished, but I don't have finished object photos because it's pouring rain. So I am doing a collaboration with Blue Sky Fibers to do it's like a cape vest thing. Essentially it's a big blanket with two holes slashed in it, and then you stick your hand through the holes, and then it's like you're wearing a blanket. It's due mid-February, but I just finished it, so it's my first like large finished. It's 600 grams. Like, it's a lot. It's 600 grams of worsted weight. I've been working on it since like the 25th or 26th of December, so I think it's pretty good. I did it in under a month, and I just like plowed forward on it. So I finished that. It's blocking in the craft room. That's why I'm in our bedroom feeling like nitty natty in the bedroom. But I'm of course blocking the messy bits, unlike her, whose room is actually
clean. I think you should call it the blanket. The vest blanket.
I don't know. They'll name it because it's a collab. So it's really cool. It's out of their Woolstock worsted in their stone colorway. You'll see it more once we got the finished object photos, all of that. So I'm done with that. That's our first design of the year. Chaley's, how's your good luck socks going?
Here's what happened. I got everything's ready. I just now need to change the date because I promptly forgot to release the testing call for them. In my defense, it's because it was the day that I drove down to visit you all. And that was also the first day of the semi-annual sale at Bath and Body Works and the first day of the Yarnormous sale at Joann's. So priorities. So they're ready. Pattern's ready. Google form is ready. I just have to click send. But I haven't quite gotten there, so we'll see how that goes. I also have that other design that I did that I never wrote down.
The like tucked seats one in
boot for two socks. Yeah, but I already gave those away to mom. So here we are. That's all right. I'll get to it.
So Che's got a sock design. We're lighter on our designs this year in general. I am trying to not knit with deadlines and just knit because I want to. So I'm actually nearing the end of my last test knit, which we'll talk about in WIPs. Do you have finished objects, Che?
I do. So if you've been watching for us for a little bit, I think we talked about this in Vlogmas and our last episode. Gabs and I are doing a sock swap with each other for the entire year. Suck it. And so for the month, so what we're doing is we put together a little sock kit for the other person for the next 12 months. And then together we decided on a pattern that we are going to knit with said socks because I'm our pattern buyer for us. So I have so many that I purchased for us because I love a good sale and can get enticed into anything. So we have so many patterns that because I just keep knitting vanilla and Gabs is busy test knitting and doing her designs that we haven't actually really touched many of the patterns that we've purchased from other designers. So every month, different pattern that we've purchased. All of them are Crazy Sock Lady patterns. So I'm very excited on that. This pattern that we did for the socks is actually the first pattern I think I purchased from the Crazy Sock Lady. So this is the yarn that Gabs gave me. I actually have quite a bit left, so unclear on what.
Oh my gosh, that's so much. I have some left too.
I don't know because you use these for socks, right?
Yeah, I made another pair of socks with them. So we could probably make a third pair of socks with what you have and what
I
I
know,
have.
but I'm tired. I'm tired of it
I know, I was
already.
tired of it too. That's why I gave it to you.
I thought that that's what you did to me, but that's fine. Okay, so it's still a beautiful yarn. Like it's a really kind of like an oatmeal, I like to think of it. So it's very in. I would say it's a great neutral, but also then not as exciting to work with. So I'm glad we did a pattern sock. So it's the Fiber
Just a neutral.
Company. Yeah, neutral. Fiber Company. It's called Amble Wandering Souls, and the colorway is called Cross Paths. And sorry, my lighting isn't awesome because of weather. And the pattern that we did is the Whispers in the Wind pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. I don't know if it's picking it up very well, but it's a little bit of like a garter, I would say, and then a little bit of a here is better, a little bit of a twist there. Here, I can take it off the thing. I show it. So it was actually very fun to do. I was like slogging through it and only doing like one repeat per evening. And then I finally memorized the thing and then I finished it in like half a day. So it's very memorizable, I would say, if you put in the time to actually think about it. I did adjust the cuff because I think the way she did it was like it would line up nicely with the cables, and so it wasn't exactly like a mindless repeat, so I didn't really want to think about that. So I just did a twisted rib, knit one through the back, purl one for my cuffs, but then everything else I followed the pattern. So yeah, I finished these babies.
I finished these socks that I've been working on that I've had for so long. I don't even know this colorway. Um, this is the first like real tube that I cranked on my sock knitting machine. I'm obsessed with my sock knitting machine. I love it for socks. So it's got this really cute micro striping. I've got terrible computer going on, but it doesn't get better. Like it's not gonna focus and all of a sudden get better. It doesn't get better. It's got this cute micro striping, and then I used gray Cloudborn, which I got like I don't know 6 years ago from Stitches West. I have no idea what this colorway is. I have no I like no
I've
idea.
even used it. You let me use it when I didn't have a lot of yarn during the pandemic, and I have no idea.
But I really like it. I finished it. It's been on my like it's been cranked in a tube since like 2020. So I finally did it because I'm trying to finish all my whips this year. Knitting whips. Don't talk to me about my Sophie's Universe. Like it's gone. I haven't touched it since 2015. Don't talk to me about my Sophie's Universe. So that's I only had two because I had that giant 600-gram design.
Cool. I have 3 whips.
I have,
Technically two and 2.2.
well, I technically have 10 whips, but I have three that I'm actively working on. So
Awesome. So
I'm gonna share my
you sandwich me. So you start with
okay,
your 3, not 10.
not 10. Nobody wants to sit around for 10 whips.
Then you're gonna need a whole separate vid.
I did. I made a separate video. I made a separate video
So
that
stay tuned.
I have yet to edit.
Like and subscribe so you know when Gabs puts her video in there.
We're so bad at this like and subscribe business. We're attempting to monetize this YouTube channel this year.
So stay tuned for more content.
Yeah, that's the goal. If you're not familiar with how you monetize a YouTube channel, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and then you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which is why I think a lot of YouTube people do like Vlogmas and Vlogtober because it gets like a huge spike in watch hours, right? Because you're doing it daily, right? So it's more content that you're putting out. And that's why they do it towards the end of the year, right? If you need to get your thing, and then you can apply to have ads and all that stuff. So that's how.
Good thing we did such a good job on Vlogtober.
So I am doing something chaotic again.
Oh God.
This is in my Erin Lane bag. I love it so much. It's her little sheep, and he's like ripped through the bag. It's not really ripped the print, right? He's like ripped through the stockinette. I'm obsessed with Erin Lane bags. So also stay tuned for my Hank Miss haul video. And I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't because she's had issues. She's had like sewing machine issues and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that video. Like and subscribe. Um, so what I did in an attempt to, because I didn't want to cast anything on until I had finished all my whips, but I've got 10 whips, so I couldn't do that. And Shaylee's like, we're supposed to be knitting these socks together, Gabs.
You
Okay, so
committed in September. I'm just
I
saying.
know. So here's what I did. I'm attempting to untangle my yarn right
Oh, good God.
now. I am knitting the cuffs onto one of my sock tubes, which is a lovely, like pinky blue Easter
I like
eggy.
how it's striped.
I did too.
That's
I
very
cranked it.
pretty.
That's how when I have the orange things, that's how I cranked it. And then I'm putting the cuff on it because this was a whip, right? Like this was a whip from December. But at the same time,
Oh, God.
I'm knitting my Whispers in the Wind socks with my sister. So it's like I'm completing a whip and a new project.
A twofer, if you will.
Yes. So this is junk yarn in the Sabrina colorway. I got it from a D-Stash on D-Stash for Good, which I am strongly resisting bidding on anything because I'm on a yarn freeze this year because I'm overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I own. And then I don't know what this blue is. My Lottie found it, and I don't know. She found
I
it.
don't think I do.
Lottie's my 3-year-old. And then this blue is the blue that Shaylee gave me to do Whispers in the Wind. I also just winged it and did a twisted rib. This is Steve Holt from the Knitflix and Chill one. It's from Arrested Development. If you like Arrested Development, you know I have to say Steve Holt like this. So I don't think you watched Steve Holt or Arrested
I
Development.
think I watched the season 1. Oh, there's wetness now in Torrance, California.
Oh, nice. And then I'm using to keep myself organized these adorable yarn cozies from Cookie and Bees, which
Now
I
that you
love.
found them.
Yes, I found them on my on my stash organization video, which you can also like and
Check
subscribe
out.
to on our channel. So yeah, we're on
We're gonna forget to do this by February.
1,000%. But we are starting the new year strong. So I have these, they're so cute. She has mini skein versions and then large versions. I chaotically knit, so it really helps me stay organized. It's kind of chaos as it is. To be fair, using glue and blue is very confusing, right? Because I don't know
You've
which
done
one's
that
going
to
with.
yourself.
Yeah. This is 1,000%. I did this to myself, but what can you do? Your turn, Muffin.
Okay, so this is one that you've seen before if you've been with us for a bit. This is in my bag from Leah Loves to Knit that we got from our friend's holiday swap. And I think I made some good progress on my Musselburgh hat. So I'm hoping to wear this to the Rose City Yarn Crawl, which we're going to kind of mid-end of February. So this is what I keep just out in the living room. So like if I have a couple minutes, I can just pick it up and knit a little bit on it. I'm trying to make it a little bit longer. I think what I should have done probably is measured how much yarn I used to do the increases to figure out how much I need for the decreases. But I'm just gonna roll with it and just knit as much as I can. And we'll see what happens. So the colorway is Tea and Honey from Yarn Cafe Creations. It's blowing out a little bit. It's actually more of a purple, but I'm pretty sure it's showing up as a gray right now. But it's more of like a dusty lavender, if you will. So I think this will be great. I'm excited and it's just chugging along.
You could always just, if you run out of yarn, use another yarn and that be the inside of the hat, and then it's not a problem.
Yes. I also was I really like the fit of Knitty Natty's, the one that the Musselburgh that she's always wearing, and she's very good with her Ravelry pages. So I was just gonna measure to the measurement that she did and roll with that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
So this is another Erin Lane bag, hence the obsession. This is her yarn chicken barrel, hence why I can give Shaylee advice on what to do when you run out of yarn, because I always play yarn chicken. It's like every single project, pretty much every single project. Even if it's not, I'm like, I bet I could make it a little bit longer and it would be fine. Never fine. So it's so cute. It's little chickens and they're knitting. Some are knitting. And then sometimes they've got like a crown on it because you're a queen when you win at Yarn Chicken. And then you have also the dunce cap because you're a fool for playing yarn chicken. So I love this bag. I got it at Small Business Shindig. In this bag is also another highly chaotic project. This is my Buffalo Rose cardigan.
I thought that was
By
in the box.
No, I had to change it because I'm actively working on it.
You
now.
took it out of the box, Gabs. That's
I
great.
did. So I knit. I even used progress keepers, like liquid
Stop.
tape. So this is where I ended. This is where I started last night, and this is where I got to this
New year,
morning.
new Gabs. Everybody
Right.
calm. Nobody freak out.
But look how cute. I have a chicken progress keeper for my yarn chicken bat, right? Like I'm
Got it.
coordinating.
Did you use
And
your
then
chicken notions thing that you made?
don't get greedy, Chaylee. Don't get greedy on the
Haven't made that
basic
yet. All right, all right.
And I'm then duplicate stitching the roses. I have duplicate stitch more rows, like 4 more of the 1,000 that I need to do. So
You
my
got
goal
it.
is to do one, like I cut a length of yarn and then do that length of duplicate stitching that day because I realized it was like throwing my shoulder out because I'm like having to do this a lot with it. So I'm doing that. This will be a whip like the whole year. Like when you don't like when we don't have a third whip for me to show, this will be the whip because it will be perpetual. The pattern comes out end of January. I already emailed her telling her like there's no dice that I'm not finishing this in time. She was super understanding of it. I was like, I'm really sorry. Ladder back to card did not work out for me. I thought it would, and it did not work out. So now this is taking an eternity. But I'm working on it. I put it in my super cute bag with my super cute notions to try and be motivated to do it.
Put some snacks underneath the cardigan so you can only get to them if you take it out.
I think the problem was when I put it in the box, it was easy to tuck the box under the desk and not see it, right? Or like tuck it under like the end table. But with the bag that's open, it kind of like stares at me.
It's like, hey girl.
Yeah, what you doing? What you doing over there? Like, this is how bad I did not want to work on this. I decided to scrub the baseboards. I was like, should I knit or should I scrub the baseboards? I'm gonna clean the baseboard. No. What else you got, Jay?
I started this last night when I finished our sock shop socks because I also figured like my prize for finishing the thing that I was like committed to is that I got to just like do a blitz thing. So I think this is now with my DK obsession. So 2023 is my DK year where I just like I really like the satisfaction of finishing things. So I'm doing a lot of DK things so that it goes faster. So I am doing some socks, just some nice vanilla socks here. Look how cute this is.
I mean, I love mint, so you know how that goes.
I knew you would love a good mint. So these are coming out super cute. The yarn is from Ritual Dyes in Portland, Oregon. It is on their colorway called Jadeite. And I am also going to, I think they're still running their Selfish make along right now, where you just got to make something for yourself, classic Shaylee, and use their yarn. So here we are. And I'm now trying to do some experimentation because I really don't like to do math. It's just not, I don't like that. I don't want to measure. I don't want to do conversion. So I'm just experimenting through the year as to like how much I can do on a sock to use as much of the DK skein as I can. So instead of doing 10 rows and 30 rounds, then 10 rows for the cuff and 30 rounds for the leg, I did 12 rounds for the cuff and 40 rounds for the leg, just to see how much more I use.
Did you split the ball?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything will be fine. I am not that concerned.
You could weigh your finished DK socks.
Nah. Too much thinking on that. Nah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm almost done. I have just finished I've already finished the gusset decreases and I am on to the foot, which I know is 30 rounds for DK for me. I do 30 rounds for the foot, for my foot, and then my toe. And look at this little guy. This is one of the stitch markers that Gabs's brother-in-law made for me while I was home, which I will talk a little bit more about during life stuff. So this precious little dragon.
It's cute. That's where my chicken and my horse were from too. We made a discovery. we've made
Yeah.
a discovery.
We
That
have,
is
we have, and we'll share our discovery later. Oh, but this is also my bag that our dad made for me during
very
my
cute.
bag frenzy of 2022.
Okay.
Your turn.
So along with the bag frenzy of 2022, dad made us float.
Oh, the float tote frenzy of 2022.
Kaylee had this brilliant idea to do float totes. And then I was like, oh, well, I want one too, but I'm not good at crocheting. Like it hurts my shoulder. I don't know. I kind of taught myself. So,
I
but
think it's because your hands are really small and you have to grip a lot for crochet.
you do. Um, so dad made us this float tote.
You got your own. I have my own, but I at
Yeah,
least need my own. Part of my own.
I wanted all one color because I don't know, I wanted all one color. This is out of Circulo yarn from that we won at Lofty Lou's shop at the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl, which we have a vlog for, so you can watch that so we get more watch hours. Um, so dad made this for me, and in it is my mystery knit along for Stephen West. And it's January. So if you're still trying to hide from the mystery knit along, I don't know how you've missed it for the past like 4 months. But I am farther along. I have a visitor with me. That's what this little head is. I have made it farther along. See?
Look at that.
This thing. And it turns out this goes really fast, and I was just being a putz. That's all it was I was just being a putz.
It's actually the easiest of the clues.
I know. And I don't know why I quit it. I was just being a putz about it. So I was here last night and then got all the way up to here while we were watching West Wing. So I was like, I could probably finish this in like a week. So this is now the mystery knit along has like, please put that down, dear. This has like moved to like my primary focused on whip is trying to finish this mystery knit along. I'm on clue 3. I'm on the second part of clue 3. This is Rebel Woolworks. This is Neighborhood Fiber Company. And this is Barnyard Knits. I would show you the cups in my float tote, but that's not a thing. That's not a thing that can happen with this mystery knit along thing. The cups ended up, oh wait, maybe I can get one. The cups came out super cute. I'm gonna try and get the blendy one. So
oh, I liked how he did this.
Dad, I love this too. I should ask him to do this on all of them. Dad ran out of
you
yarn.
should ask him now to redo them all for you.
Yeah. He ran out of yarn and had to use the white contrast to like finish up the cup. And I was like, oh, sorry, I had yarn from my swatch after he finished it. And he was like, and he did a deep breath. He was like, because that's what Dad does. So he added the extra yarn to my the little saucer thingy that it goes on. So I have that going on. But I really like this tote thingy majig. Have you used yours, Che?
No, that's what I was going to use. I have my stuff in a bag right now, but I'm going to transition it to my float tote, which is kind of my partial, like fresh whip. If I is it my turn? Yeah, okay. So I got to transition to my float tote, but this is another bag that Dad made for me during my bag frenzy of 2022. What had happened was we got to go to Joann's. Like I went to Joann's 5 times in a week. And 3 different Joann's as well. But I kept finding fabric that I wanted, plus Daddy would make them for me. So here we are. I am starting my Pierre sweater or my Pierre pullover. So I literally, as you texted me that you're ready to podcast, I had just finished winding said thing for it. So I'm going to put this into my float tote. I'm going to be doing, I think, size 1 for the Pierre pullover. It's a DK sweater by Stephen West. I don't know where I put the pattern. Awesome. But this is, so here's where I'm a little like, I ordered this yarn from Blue Fiber Company, and it was part of like their mystery thing. And they very kindly it was like 3 skeins that I had ordered, but this was the last 4 they had of this particular colorway. It's called Mars, but they're all, so these ones kind of look like they're going to be same, yeah. However, this was another one that is also called Mars.
Well, Mars is the bringer of war, so he's very mercurial. So he clearly
Right.
changed his mind in the dye pots.
And like, I'm cool, like, fine, because the Pierre Pulver is a fade.
Oh,
So
solid.
I'm
Chilling.
like,
Chilling.
perfect. I can this. I've never faded before, so we'll see how that goes. And it's fading into with texture. So I'm also decided that I gotta swatch it, but I'm not, or do a gauge swatch in pattern, but I don't really feel like doing that. So I'll just do it in stockinette and kind of guess. So that's what I'm gonna start. It's fine. It'll be fine. I can
And then if it doesn't fit her, she'll give it to me, which is how it usually goes when
I'm
we
pretty
make
sure,
stuff
but
that don't fit each other.
like the size 1, the bust is 36, and I'm a 34. So even if it's fitted, then it'll have negative ease, right? And even if it's loose, I love a loose sweater. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not that stressed. Plus, I think like it's more so designed for like Steven's body, and I kind of have like a more masculine build, anyways. So I
Is
feel
it a raglan or is it a drop shoulder?
yeah, bro. I don't know. I didn't read it. You're lucky I
Like,
read what I.
does
You're
it
lucky I
does it go
read
like this with the like? Can you see
I
it?
don't know.
Like
I
it,
put it in black and white. I can't see anything, and the color he used was light gray. Can't see
maybe
anything
it's
on
a
that thing.
maybe it's a yoke.
I know that it's supposed to be a folded collar, but I'm not doing that because I don't want to.
Yeah, it should be fine if you block
I'm
it.
not that worried. It's
It'll
a
be fine.
US 6, I think is the needles that it calls for. So that's big enough. It'd be good. Good. And I have plenty of yarn. I have way more than I need. It says you only need 1,000 yards. I have whatever 230 something times 4 is. I think I have just over what I need now that
Yeah, you're just at 1,000.
nah, whatever.
Not
It'd be
you're not
fine. It'd be
not
fine.
even because you need 250 times 4 to make 1,000. So you're just shy. You're like 920.
That's interesting because he said he used 4 skeins for his size 4. I don't know. I'm really not going to stress about it because I'm also like, I will finesse the fit of the sweater to make it work for me. Like, it's fine. I wore a sweater that we made a while ago that I've already forgotten the name of. Um, it wasn't our favorite sweater. Mine's green. You gave yours to your husband. Yeah.
The
So
The
Grover.
Grover one.
But I don't think the pattern was actually ever published, so I don't want to like hype people up when they can't make it. But it like didn't fit me exactly how I wanted it to. But I'm like, whatever. I'm still gonna wear it. I'll make it work. So that's generally my approach to my knitwear. Of like, meh, I'm fashionable. It'll be fine.
Plus, body shapes change over time anyway.
Yep.
Like things that I knit before, I'm like, this does not fit the way I thought it did, or this
Yep.
is different. So I'm like,
Okay.
But knitwear's stretchy, right? It's not like you've sewn something in like silk where there's
Right.
no
Like,
give, and that's the way it is. Like knitwear's kind of stretchy. A lot of times my sleeves get like the cuffs of my sleeves of my knitwear get stretched out. I think it's because
mine end up somehow being too short.
I think it's because I push my sleeves up all the time.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna start making 3/4 length things though. Because I'm like, why am I making a full length sleeve if I never wear it full length?
Yeah, I never do either. I don't, my sleeves are always pushed up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do noted. Then I'll have plenty of yarn.
You could make a matching hat. I think he has like
I think there's a Pierre hat as well because it's a really cool texture. I'm actually pretty pumped about it.
I think he might have socks too.
Maybe. I know he's doing this whole sock year.
I'm sure even if he doesn't have socks, you could just like slap that texture pattern on a pair of socks and be done.
No, my prize will be doing a quick vanilla for when I finish this baby.
Yeah, well, I gotta do this MCal, dude.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Is that all you got? Do you have acquisitions?
No, because I'm on a yarn freeze and my Hankmas stuff haven't come yet. Chaley has Chaley acquires many things, and the good part is Chaley gets bored of her yarn when she's used it, so then I get the extras. So it's like I get acquisitions, but I've yarn
I know, but
frozen.
you're trying to like not have that much yarn. So I feel bad, like being like, you want this?
Yeah, but see, that's we're being sustainable, Chaley.
All right. Well, do you want this back?
No, I do not want this back. That's why I gave it to you. Make something for like mom or aunt. Oh, you can't even make it for mom. I already used that
I
color.
know you already used that one up, but it's not dad's color. So here we are, Gabrielle.
Anthony, maybe.
I don't think it's enough. I didn't weigh it, but it doesn't feel like a lot.
I okay. We can also do it as a giveaway. Don't forget, we got to talk about our book group.
Okay. Oh wait, let me show you my acquisitions.
Okay, go.
So I did a mystery pack from Always Be Kind Yarn.
I
You
love
know
her.
I
She's
love.
so nice.
Here's the thing. If you're a maker, you've got a mystery sale going on, you got any kind sale going on, you just send that in to slip sis, and I'm there. Like I'm easily enticed. So but what's great is like they give you like just like at Blue Fiber Company, I could say like, oh, I really like warm colors because I really don't like cool colors. Like look at my body, look at my house, like it's pink. And so she was so kind because she was like, oh, I picked Sparkle DK as the base that I wanted because I also love Sparkle and I'm in my DK land. And she's like, I don't have a Sparkle DK in a pink or even in a warm color. So I'm going to send you two so that you can make DK by holding them together. And I was like, ma'am, that is like the kindest thing ever. So I'm obsessed with these and I think it's going to be so cute. In socks, I even like them separately, so now I don't know what to do with myself. But this one is called Bubblegum and this one is called Cotton Candy, and it is on the Twinkle Sparkly Sock base. It's a 75 20 no yeah 75-25, so superwash merino nylon stellina, and I have 100 grams, so now I can make myself socks, then send it to Gabs if she wants to make socks separate or together, or
She's
maybe I'll
super
do that
nice.
stripey thing.
Oh yeah, like Kay, the crazy sock lady does.
Mm-hmm. So I got these, super kind. I think she's still running a birthday sale right now, so check her out.
And a portion of her yarn, her proceeds go to suicide prevention as well as the Trevor Project, which helps LGBTQ youth. The Dyer lost her daughter to suicide a few years ago, so she's very active in suicide prevention and all of those things to support her. It's really great. She's also does like really cute videos on Instagram.
Yeah, super nice, super beautiful yarn. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I was also trolling the sales as well. So Tristan Molina of Dragonhorn Yarn was running a sale as well. So I wanted to support her. And I got some yarn from that. DK, we're on brand. And so this is Seafoam Mermaid.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't that fun? Perfect Chaley colorway, right? It is on Fairy Tale DK, which is 100% superwash merino. Look at that. Look at them specs in there. Love it. So
it's cute.
These are my acquisitions. And then I think might be a good transition into all of the other things we're talking about, because another acquisition technically that I got is I have re-signed up for Yarnable. And I signed up today. I think it may, hopefully by the time I get my act together and put this video up,
it's usually open for 3 days.
Okay, so I will try and blitz and record and edit this and get it up later today, tomorrow, so that Yarnable is still available. So you can sign up for that. I did the DK at 1 skein per month, and I'm very excited. If you haven't seen the February one, Gabs, you might like it. So I mean, you can definitely have it. It's like a straight purple.
Yeah. I'll look at it. Chaley and I used to do Yarnable together for about a year. It wasn't that we didn't like it. It was just I think it was when I had the baby, right? We were like, we can't.
And it was hard because like it would get sent to you, so then you would be like stockpiling the Yarnables for them to like get it to me. which was great because then we could split it because it was sock yarn, so we didn't need the whole skein. But I think like we just had also a lot of things going on, so we stopped that. But then I ordered, like, she had another sale. And I got like one of the past yarnables that she had extras of, and then it obviously enticed me back into it. So I'm like, her yarn is just so squishy, like, and soft, and I really like her dyeing style. Like those are from last year's February socks. We have a lot, like, Gabrielle is behind though, because we're still supposed to be making our Yarnable 2020 stripy socks. I'm just waiting on her to get her act together.
I know. I still haven't finished August and July from.
It's because they're the two that you have to stripe it.
Yeah, I couldn't crank them, so I cranked all the other ones. But then she's like, I have this great idea. Let's
No,
stripe them.
it
And I
was
like,
your idea. You're like, that would
no,
be
it
so
was
cute
not.
if we did the two striping. I was like, okay. So then I did it.
I think it was June and July. No, it was July and August of 2021. So I apparently had this great idea. But what happened was I got really sick because that's when I was pregnant with Lenny, and like my morning sickness like escalates in like July. So then I fell behind for July, and then I had to go back to teaching in person for the first time after a year and a half of not teaching in person. And I was like 5 months pregnant. So I was like, I'm too tired for this. Then I had the Vogue commission, right? And I had the Makers of Color Collective commission at the same time. So that I got overwhelmed. And then I had a baby. And then
No excuses, Koizumi.
Then I forgot. So it's it's still there. But Chaylee now has the Yarnable. And the good part is when Chaylee gets portions of the box that she doesn't use, I still get to have them.
Yeah. But you also got a subscription.
I did. Okay. So I don't like to spend money. It's just not food. I spend money on food all the time, but I don't like to spend money on stuff. So I'm now obsessed with Erin Lane bags. And my husband's been helping me, Daniel. He's been helping me with like comment sold because he types faster than I do and that kind of thing. And then they've been hyping up Destination Lane, which Destination Lane is also a monthly subscription. And there's like a bunch of different options on what you can purchase. You can purchase like if you do it monthly, it's yarn one month and then bags the next month. So it alternates. Like January is yarn, February is bags, March is yarn, etc. throughout the year. And they pick a different destination where they're going to go. So it's Destination Yarn mixed with Erin Lane bags, hence Destination Lane. So they pick it's a mystery, right? It's just like Yarnable. It's a mystery location. So we don't know the location yet for January. And then you get yarn dyed based on that location, and you get bags based on that location. You get these little cute sheep that are doing things like they did Lake Natron, and it was like flamingos, or they did Aspen and like the sheep were like skiing, or it was like they did Valley of the Queens, which is Egypt, so the sheep was dressed up like Nefertiti. So it's all these cute little sheep cartoons doing things. So I was like waffling, and I was 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 like, I don't need it, I don't need this. And then my husband, the woman, Lindsay, is like, there's only 3 more spots left. And then the next thing I know, my husband's in bed like this. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I get an email. It's like, congratulations for signing up for Erin Lane bags. He signed me up for it. So I am doing just the bags option. So I get mine every other month. It's billed monthly though. So it's like, I think it's $18 a month, but essentially the bag is $36, right? If you add it together. So I get mine in the even month. So I get February, April, etc. through the year, which is kind of killing me because that means then the yarn people get to have their thing and they know the locations. I'm like, oh.
I should have just jumped in with you and been the yarn person.
So I'm kind of dying inside. But the cool part is if it turns out that I like the yarn for that month, because I'm part of their Destination Lane subscription, I can buy that yarn. And it's like exclusive. So if you like it, I'll buy it for you.
Yeah, send me the pic.
And then so like there's different levels. Like I'm doing the backpacker because I'm only getting the bags. You can also only get the yarn. The like standard is yarn and bags. And then the like luxury first class deluxe business is you can get double bags.
Oh.
You can get double bags in yarn, which isn't the same bag. It's 2 different bags in the same print. See, in my head, I was like, 2 bags. Like, well, then, like, if you don't have a sister to just pawn your stuff off onto, what are you gonna do? No, it's like actually 2 different like thingies. Like one's a no shoes pouch and one's a big. Like it's like I was like, but you can still buy the extra bag for that month if you want. So there's double bags and single yarn and one skein, or you can do 2 skeins and 1 bag, or you can do 2
Oh,
skeins
Monty.
and
Yes.
and I was like, so I'm like, hey, maybe when like my kid, I don't have to pay for so much stuff for kids. And they send you like curated patterns and stuff like that. And they send you stuff like different locations, and all of their locations are like pretty unique that they go to, where it's not it's not like common destination like tourist spots. It's stuff that you maybe don't know about, so you get to learn about different parts of the world. And they do all the different, they did Antarctica already, so I'm sad that I missed out on the potential for Antarctica.
Sorry, Gabs.
And I think they did Australia as well, so it's probably like 5 continent options, but that's okay. It'll still be super cool. So we will hopefully do unboxing videos for both of our subscriptions. Mine's not till the end of February, and
I don't think I get January. I think I start February too.
I just saw Kay, the Crazy Sock Ladies, unboxing for January. So if you didn't get it,
right, I think because it ships end of January, so I think I'll get February's, because I think you normally get billed around like January 10th. Obviously, she opened it today, so I think all the new people might get looped into the February one.
We started last time in the summertime, so I don't remember.
I think it was the next month we got to pick it up. So I think she's like run through all her like returners, and now it's the noobs are in.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does this though, because like there's like 1 million people in Yarnable, I think.
Yes, if you wanted both of these, you have to get on the wait list now if you want to sign up. Yarnable opens, I think, quarterly. So it seems like January and then maybe April or May. And then I know it opened in the summer, like July, August, because that's when we signed up. And Destination Lane opens every year. I think you can get on the wait list now in case like someone drops out for something or someone passes away or something like that, like the spot opens. So you can get on the wait list for that. And this one opened in December and closed on New Year's Day. So I know that's super helpful as I tell you this on January 14th. But sign up for her stuff. She's got really cute stuff. Both of them we love the dyers, we love the designers. That's our only 2 subscriptions for this year.
I think so. Yeah. So
okay, tell them our Joann's discovery.
Oh, so this was during our unsupervised trip to Joann's, right? So this is trip 4.
5 for you.
5 for me. So Gabs and I were like going to Joann's, and I like to have the approach whenever I shop. I would say probably for Gabs, when she goes to Joann's, I like Joann's to tell me what I need, not for me to go in with a list. So I like to let Costco tell me what I need, and same with like Target and IKEA. Like I'm just there to embrace it. So we were like, oh, the thing you actually needed. I was like, hey, don't you need elastic? And we finally, after like getting like 50 other things, we're in the elastic aisle, which was the same aisle as the buttons. And I turn on, I'm like, oh, aren't these the ones that like are many of our stitch markers? And so we found many buttons. Many of them are like Disney, kind of, what's the word? Licensed. And some of them are like cute little creatures or critters. And so we found them, and it was buy 3, get 3 free. Also the next week, Gabs, it was buy 3, get 2 free. So we hit while the iron was hot. Yes. So we got a bunch, brought them home because they also still had the button back on them, right? So they're just buttons. And we're like, so we want them to be markers. And so
all of my in-laws were at my house. My husband lives with me, but like my mother-in-law and father-in-law and Daniel's oldest brother, Michael, because that'll be easier to just say Michael's name. So Michael's there with us too. He's the older brother. Daniel's the youngest, so he's the older brother. So he's got big older brother vibes, and he's older than Daniel. So he's older than me too. So he definitely like kind of mama bears all of us, and we're like, look what we got. We want to make stitch markers. We don't know how.
But we did buy the little eyelet screw on
eye
thing.
bolts.
And we had the jump rings, or I had jump rings. I think you ran out or something. And you had the clasps.
Lobster class. So the next thing we know, my father-in-law's like slapping down like cutting boards, and they've got the X-Acto knives out. They've got the drill out, and my husband's like looking through all his different drill bits. Yeah, he's got the clamps and all of the stuff. We've got the glue out, because what they ended up doing, and we don't tell these, so we just gonna tell you what we did. We sliced the back off the button. I do have one, Jay. I have one.
I have my whole thing. Hold on.
So this was like a button, right? And then we slice the back off with the X-Acto knife. Be careful. Be careful. This is the teacher to me. Mind yourself. And then they used a teeny tiny drill bit. I do not know the measurement.
1/16, but ideally a 3/64 if you have it, but those are really hard to find. Don't worry. I have also done multiple trips to Home Depot and Lowe's with our dad trying to find these.
So then they drilled into the head using a clamp. So they clamped it and then drilled in.
Did you know that dad has a table vise for these things that he's giving to me?
I do. So
I even got Sharpie.
Cute. So then you glue the eye bolt into it, and you can thread it in the last bits, and then you let it dry, and then you just hook it up like you would do any other kind of jewelry thing. So we had Michael, poor Michael, doing all of this. And at one point, Shaylee and I just left to go podcast, and Michael's sitting at my kitchen table fiddling with these things. He's an architect, so he's quite fastidious and meticulous about how he does things. So he's got all his tools laid out, and we just hear every once in a while zzz, zzz. So he gets it done. So now we've got all these cool stitch markers.
Yes, sorry, Gabs. Later that night, I get a link from your husband, my brother-in-law, of he found the manufacturer for the buttons. So now I'm like trolling the whole website for all of the like ones that they offer. And of course, because I'm a new customer, I got a discount code for it. So I bought 10 packs of these. But by the time
notice she said packs, not buttons, packs.
So by the time they came, though, I was home. So tomorrow I will be going down to Orange County where her in-laws live so that Michael can make my stitch markers for me. Daddy was trying to teach me how to do it. And then at one point I went straight through the stitch marker and I was like, ah! So I have mastered the X-Acto knifing. I'm good on twisting the thing in. I can put also, it's the drill. I've never been a good driller, and it's not on my journey. And I'm okay with that. I have my own drill. I have 16 different drill bits in case, I break them, because classic Shaylee, dad brought me all of his and then bought me 2 different packs. And then he even got like a special pen so that I could mark where I was supposed to drill so that I don't mess it up.
So all of this to save us money on stitch markers, Shaylee had to buy all this other stuff. And once again, most of her packs have like duplicates in them. So she's like, I want 2 of these. Do you want mine? And I'm like, yes, thank you.
And if you want to like and subscribe, we might do some giveaways for them
once we get better at drilling things.
Well, no, Michael will do them, so then they'll be good.
Yes. Yeah. Shaylee lives about 30 minutes away from my in-laws. And my in-laws are great. They've kind of just accepted that Shaylee and I are a package deal. And Michael and Andrew, that's Daniel's middle brother, just kind of treat Shaylee like another sister-in-law. Yeah.
Especially because I'm the littlest of everybody.
Because you're about 10 years younger than Michael.
I'm 26. Yeah.
Because I'm 31. So she's like, I'm going wine tasting with Andrew. I did this with I'm like, what?
Okay. Michael took me to downtown Disney.
Wait, because they're Michael's in SoCal and then Andrew's in Atascadero, which is San Luis Obispo. So we kind of all do a bunch of stuff together. So, what do you have for news, Jay? Just our stitch marker journey?
No, just the space that I'm in. If you've been following our journey, I have a new, it's the same space, but this is my craft room fully renovated. I'm so excited. It's hard to see in the lighting, but like the yarn zone is bringing it, folks. And I do have a video tracking the entire progress from what it looked like before to what it is now. So check that out if you're interested in seeing it. That's it. That's all that's exciting in my life.
I don't think I have too much. No, I went back to work, so I'm teaching again. I'm a high school teacher. We are starting the musical, so that will be thrilling. If I get around to doing vlogs, you'll see us working on the musical. We're doing School of Rock this year, which should be exciting. Oh, I should do like Kay and talk about my kids and their sports. So Lottie, my 3-year-old, has leveled up in swim lessons. She gets to do her own swim, and that means I don't have to go in the pool with her, which is like, I'm not a swimmer. Chaylee's like a fish. Chaylee loves the water. Whenever we go on vacation, she like gets there, she like drops her stuff down. She's like, let's go to the pool, let's go to the beach. And I'm like,
Now that I'm an adult, I can take myself.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm going to the pool. I'm like, Chaylee, you just got here. Do you want to eat something? She's like, no, I'll eat at the pool. So I'm not like the water side. I swim well enough not to drown. I like hanging out by the pool, but it's not like I'm not there. So Chaylee is a good influence on Lottie when Lottie's swimming because they play forever in the pool. So Lottie is leveled up in swim lessons. Eleanor does not do sports because Eleanor is 1 year old, but she will get to start dance class at 18 months. So that will be exciting.
She's standing though, Mom said, for at least 35 seconds.
Okay, my mom watches the girls on most days. So yes, Eleanor is standing for 35 seconds when you count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yes, 35 when you
count. Like
but it's closer to like 15 true seconds. Like it's 15 to 20 true seconds. And she actually did take her very first step in pursuit of a quesadilla. She's not taken another one in like a week. So I'm pretty sure it was an accident because she just wanted her sister's quesadilla and just like let go and reached for it. So I think it was more like she lunged forward and then took the step so she wouldn't fall.
Impulse. That's how you learn.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta lunge for things just to get what you
I resonate.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, stay tuned for more upcoming vids from us. Maybe we'll podcast every 2 weeks or so. Who knows? We are going
Don't get crazy.
We're putting in the universe, we're manifesting. Also, we're going through a city yarn call in February. So if you're
going some kind of meetup. We're supposed to do some kind of meetup thing. If you're going to the Yo City Yarn Call. I talk for a living. Like I talk to people all day. Yet sometimes when I have to podcast, it's hard. Rose City, if you're going to the Rose City Yarn Crawl and would like to meet up, please drop a comment below. Chaylee set our itinerary. When are we available, Chaylee?
We have some availability Friday afternoon and not really Friday early evening, I would say, and then Saturday afternoon we have our most availability because we leave very early Sunday morning.
Oh yes, because we have
our itinerary, in case you're wondering, is down to the hour of like where we're doing, where we're having lunch, what our snack is for the day. This is how I travel.
Chaylee makes the itinerary. My job is to not wander off.
We're also flying in. We'll do a travel prep video, but we're flying in from different locations and different airlines, and I'm very concerned that I'm going to lose my 31-year-old sister in the airport because she'll be like reading something and her phone will still be on airplane mode and you can't track her when her phone is on airplane mode, so I can't even call her husband. So I'm gonna have to go to PDX airport security to be like, I've lost my sister, and I'd be like, oh, how old, like what does she look like? Well, she's probably wearing like these like little kids shoes and her big puffy jacket. They're like, oh, is she 6? No, she's 31.
It's my older sister who's the mother of 2.
Like, no, she's not the 3-year-old that's on my phone. No, that's my niece. My sister is their mother. Yeah,
I'm not that good at traveling. I'm also kind of like spacey when it comes to like I'm like looking at stuff or reading stuff or I just wander places. So Chaley's like, meet me here. I'm like, okay.
Do not
So
move or I will call mom on you.
the rental car's in Chaley's name, and I would definitely not go wandering off looking for the rental car.
You
I would
also
just
own
stay.
the rental car, Gabrielle, just in case.
Oh, good. I would just stay in baggage claim.
You don't
Okay.
think you even know what our rental car company is?
National?
Yes, good girl. So in case anyone is around mid-February and you see someone looking like Gabs wandering around National, please DM us so I can find my sister.
You'll know which one of us. In person, it's a lot easier to tell the difference between the two of us. Probably because I'll be doing this. And looking at
Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sticking with us, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whenever you're watching us, and we'll see you soon. Bye.